In this video, I'm going to discuss whether you should buy a DVD player in 2021. Hey, it's me AP and welcome back to another video. So, should you buy a DVD player in 2021? I thought it'd be cool just to do this sort of like a buying guide for 2021 on physical media and physical media devices. So for playing your physical media. So, a DVD player in 2021 is it a worthwhile purchase, or is it a purchase that is really a bit behind the times? You know, it's not a worthwhile purchase anymore. That's what I want to dive into today with this video, and just to dive into all sides of the argument and to see whether a DVD player, in my eyes, and hopefully for you out there, is a worthy purchase for you and for me. So it works both ways. We're both going to get the good choice, the good answers out of this, and hopefully this buying guide for today's DVD players will be an enjoyable one for you all to watch. So why should you buy a DVD player in 2021? What are the positives for buying a DVD player this year? I think first of all, DVD players now are relatively cheap. The big thing though is the DVDs. You know, DVDs have just crashed down in price. They're super cheap now. Super affordable. I'm talking about, you know, second-hand DVDs mainly. If you're going to like a Goodwill store, charity store, you can get DVDs. I know in my local stores, a lot of them do like £5 for £1 over here in the UK, and I imagine across the rest of the world it's like $5 for $1 in the States and stuff. DVDs are really affordable now. It's great. You know, you're going into DVD shops, into these Goodwill shops, and you're seeing just wall to wall of DVDs, and it's unreal to see. And that is for me a huge positive. If you want to be able to watch movies and have a load of, you know, DVDs available to you, if you buy a DVD player in 2021, you know, it is super cheap to get a ton of DVDs to start up a decent collection for your DVD player. So I would say that is a really one big positive, first of all, in this sort of discussion today, in whether you should buy a DVD player in 2021. If you want to buy one and you're looking for content for it, there's plenty of content out there for you, and it's at an affordable price. So you can definitely get a big library together of movies. I think the other thing is, for me, quality of DVD. I know some people who are maybe into Blu-ray and 4K kind of pass on DVD now, and they say it's not good enough quality. It's nowhere near the quality of 4K, and I get it. I understand that argument, and I'm not naive to the fact that DVD is far behind 4K and Blu-ray, but definitely 4K. But for me, it's still good quality. I know I say this in a lot of videos. For me, it's always about the story with movies. But for me, another thing as well is I come from watching VHS, and I think a lot of us out there who've watched video or maybe watched Laserdisc in the past, we know the quality of how it's improved over the years and how much better DVD, especially compared to VHS, to videotapes. DVD is so much better. The quality is sustainable. If with VHS, we get like the ones, especially you get the ones from from the local video store, the video shop, and we get them, and the ones that have been played over and over again, they'd like get them static lines on, and they'd look faded in certain points, and it was frustrating. You know, you're trying to watch a good movie, and sometimes like in an important bit, it would just the footage would just go completely out of nowhere and just fuzz up, and that was videotapes. So then moving forward into watching DVDs, in a video quality, a picture quality that stays great all the time. Look, it's an odd occasion where a DVD would go, like the image would go like bizarre on screen, maybe if it's got like a massive huge scratch. But if you're buying a disc that is in good condition, you're going to get a great video quality, picture quality throughout that movie. And that's what that's for me, it is still, DVD is just such a big improvement from VHS and videotape, and I still count it as a very good source of physical media to watch. I don't think the quality is 4K quality. I know it's not to that level, but I know what I've seen previously in my childhood from VHS, and I can honestly say DVD still, quality-wise, is pretty damn good. So if I was going to buy a new DVD player right now in 2021, what would I buy? Which type of DVD player would I buy? And there's tons of different brands out there. I personally, let me discuss first of all what I use for playing DVDs. I have two different DVD players. Well, three really methods of playing DVDs. I play DVDs on my PC down here in the studio. So I watch movies when I'm working out. I put like a DVD onto the computer. I work out, watch a movie. I have my Xbox 360, which I play DVDs on as well. I also have an LG DVD player that plays just Region 2 PAL DVDs. Here in the UK, we're on PAL Region 2. So it plays PAL DVDs. It is not a multi-region one. It does have, though, USB playback and HD upscaling. So this is an LG DVD player. So that's what I use for playing my DVDs currently. If I was going to buy a new DVD player, though, this year in 2021, I think the options are out there to maximise on the potential of DVDs, right? So what I mean by this is there's a lot of content out there, and there's a lot of content that I can't personally play on my current DVD player. What I mean is Region 1 DVDs, right? There's a huge collection of Region 1 discs out there that I'm currently on the lookout for, but I can't play them. So at this moment in time, it beats. There's no point in me buying them, Region 1 DVDs, because I don't have a multi-region DVD player. So for me, and I'm sure a lot of you out there who like a lot of like American TV shows, some obscure shows sometimes, they don't get released over here in the UK. We don't get a PAL release. This is where the multi-region DVD players come in handy. So we do sell them in the UK. A lot of like the big retailers over here sell multi-region DVD players now, and they only specifically play DVDs. So it's not like you can get a multi-region Blu-ray player that plays DVDs and Blu-rays. And maybe there is one like that, but I can't imagine it's going to be as cheap as just a standard multi-region DVD player. So there's a lot of DVD multi-region ones out there. That would be my pick. It would be grab any type of multi-region DVD player. You can get them, say, under like 80 to 60 pounds or so now. So it's pretty cheap, really. And the access then to all these Region 1 DVDs is the exciting thing. You know, for me, I'm a big fan of the American TV shows. Like, there's a few, like, off the top of my head, like Nathan For You is a comedy show in America. They never released Region 2 release of that one. It's a great show, really good, funny show. Impractical Jokers, I'm a big fan of Impractical Jokers, especially Q off the TESD podcast. I'm a big fan of Tell 'em Steve Day. He's one of the guys in Impractical Jokers. And Impractical Jokers, none of the discs, as far as I know, have been released on Region 2. So again, there's definitely a lot out there that has not been released over here, and it's frustrating. And I imagine it's a very similar scenario for people who live in the other regions across the world, and they see Yuki, they see UK releases get put out, and then they're unable to get hold of them because they only have a Region 1 DVD player. So if I was going to buy a new DVD player in 2021, it would most certainly be a multi-region DVD player. A quick side note as well, the secondary market, the second-hand market for DVD players is also a good market to get into. You don't have to buy these DVD players brand new. You can get them second-hand on eBay or Amazon or in your local, second-hand stores. There's definitely a lot of opportunity to purchase these at a good price, and you don't have to go out and buy something brand new all the time. So that's always worth keeping in mind when purchasing DVD players as well. So we looked at some of the reasons why you should maybe buy a DVD player in 2021, but now I want to look at the potential reasons why you wouldn't want to buy a DVD player in 2021. And I think the most obvious reasons out there are quality. People now are wanting the best quality available to them, and that's where 4K comes in. A lot of people are now getting 4K TVs. They want the best players. They want the best quality of discs. And I imagine that is going to be a big one in a lot of people's brains. They're thinking, I need to get this because it's the best. It's the best. And I don't think that is always the best thing to do. For me, I always feel like, go with what you feel is right and what you enjoy doing. It's like, me, I enjoy a lot of modern consoles, like the Nintendo Switch in gaming, but I still enjoy a lot like the older consoles as well. So I think there's a best of both worlds, but I imagine, quality is definitely a reason why a lot of people are not going to buy DVD players in 2021. Maybe they have Blu-ray players that play DVDs, and they don't feel there's a need to purchase a sole DVD player for even if it is a multi-region one. They just feel it's just dead money. And again, I can understand that if you're just all in with if you're all in with like Blu-ray and 4K, and you feel like even just having multi-region DVDs is dead money, I can understand that reasoning. So that is some potential reasons why you might not want to buy a DVD player. I think a lot of people as well mention that DVDs on huge screens, especially projector screens, don't look great. They look very fuzzy. They don't look like the image quality is not up to standard if you want to have that sort of home theatre cinema experience in your house. So that is again another potential reason why you might not want to buy a DVD player in 2021. And maybe you just, in general, you just don't collect DVDs anymore. Maybe that DVDs is an era of physical media collecting that you are no longer a part of and you no longer want to collect. So that could be another reason. But look, if you have your reasons, that's cool. I don't mind if you don't want to collect DVDs, and if you don't want to buy a DVD player in 2021, that's cool with me. I don't mind. You do what is right for you. So I want to give my final verdict on this now. So what do I think? Should you buy a DVD player in 2021? I most certainly think if you don't own a DVD player, right, if you don't own a DVD player, if you don't own a Blu-ray, a 4K player, definitely buy one. Because DVD is still great, and you can get cheap DVDs out there quite easily. If you already own a DVD player in 2021 and it's just for your Pacific region, I would most certainly look at getting a multi-region DVD player in 2021, because there's so much out there for us to view as viewers of entertainment, of TV and film. So I think buying a DVD player in 2021 is still a valid proposition, and it's a valid purchase. I don't think it's wasting your money. I do think buying a multi-region one is very good and very useful because of the vast options out there. So I would definitely buy one. I'm most certainly going to be looking this year to getting a multi-region one probably. I've even said about getting a 4K player at some point because I don't collect 4K. But for me, a multi-region DVD player sort of goes ahead of a 4K player, because it's just the cheapness of DVDs, and again, it's as long as the story's there and the quality is good quality, and I think DVD is, it works out well for me, and I think it's a positive purchase. So for me, I would definitely buy a DVD player in 2021. If you enjoyed this video today, please do give it a like and check out the rest of my movie related content as well, and let me know your thoughts on this discussion. Should you buy a DVD player in 2021? Have you bought one in 2021, or do you think it is a bad idea to buy a DVD player in 2021? Let me know your thoughts, everyone, and I'll see you next time.